Hello, Yoga World. This is Ian Kadanak, aka the Revolutionary Yogi, aka Young Patanjali from SavvyZen.com, and stop chasing your own enlightenment. The largest problem the yoga community faces today is the My Enlightenment movement, which consists of the hybridization of pseudo self-help thought and Eastern thought. Instead of using yoga's infinite potential to tap into our own infinite potential and then help others with that newfound power, the yoga community at large has chosen to use that power for their own personal, spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical gain. At some level, that is what yoga is about. But when does that end? When do we say enough personal enlightenment? How about helping others? Many other bullshit religions, such as Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Judaism, Buddhism, have mastered this process. They have an army of people who have attained enough enlightenment, attained enough clarity through half truths to be able to spread really beautiful messages out there. But what does yoga have? People doing asana on Instagram? What's your favorite yoga novel? There has to be on this bookshelf so many religious inspired texts that it's unbelievable, but not one yoga inspired text. Why is that? The My Enlightenment movement's axiomatic source is repression, not just typical repression, not the repression from bullying or an abusive relationship or a religious upbringing. It is from the societal repression, the repression Anna Freud talked about, the fracturing of the soul, Otto Rank, Alexander Lalin, and Wilhelm Reich talked about. This repression, for a lot of us, started with the Christian dialectical game. And the Christian dialectical game is this, and it's not just Christian, it's the religious dialectical game. We are thrown into a religion, even if we don't care about it, even if it's just our grandparents who care about it, or a world that cares about it, a society that cares about it. And either we accept that and become repressed, or we reject it and we're still a part of the same dialect. We repress it and we walk and we go the opposite way, but the opposite way has already been planned out. The opposite way is partying it and doing yoga and not doing anything. Because if yoga is not repressed, if yoga is so open, where is everything? What is everybody doing? Just a bunch of asana videos, an occasional workshop where they charge, $50, $60, $70, $80 for an hour or two of knowledge you could have found in a book? Is that what yoga has become? And once again, I would argue that that is from repression. So how do we break free of this repression? The first step of breaking free of this repression is stepping away from forced altruism, which is another tenet of our society. Be a good Samaritan and do what Jesus would do. Instead of focusing on forced altruism, first, the yoga community needs to focus on giving up hierarchical control on its constituents. Just as in politics, yoga has a hierarchical control and a bunch of yoga drones who enact those goals. Why the hell am I having to get on Instagram to get exposure, where I have to post photos and compete with hot, beautiful people in California that post quotes and have millions of followers, even though they don't do anything? That's where we have come to. That's where the manifestation of yoga's consciousness is that. Are those people doing something good for themselves? Yes. Are they helping some people? Yes. But are they tapping into yoga's infinite potential and using that potential to unlock their infinite potential and then unlock the world's infinite potential? Hell no, they're not. And instead of focusing on these large, grand things, why not focus on breaking up the hierarchies we're already stuck in? Think of the Ashtanga Vinyasa movement or the Iyengar movement. Ashtanga people do the same fucking sequence every day that was a sequence that was invented by a rapey guy named Patabi Joyce, and they still glorify his son, and they still do the same sequence every day. What medical or physical or spiritual professional would recommend doing the same thing every day? No one. Like, they must be fucking high on Ashtanga. Ashtanga is a mind-blowing system, and It's crazy what it does to people. Same with other parts of yoga. Everyone stays in their box and stays repressed and focuses on their own enlightenment instead of sharing what they can with others and helping others get out of hierarchical situations. Making money is okay, but is making money doing affiliate work with Aloe and Lululemon okay? I guess. But aren't you more creative than that to be advertising CBD products, to be advertising whatever, meal prepped meals? Have you felt what yoga is? Do you know that? Have you felt that potential yet? If you haven't felt that potential yet, something has gone wrong. And to support everything I'm saying right now, I'm bringing in the OG of the game right now, Gregor Mall, whatever his name is, Gregor Mall. I'm going to put this right here. Yoga meditation. Yoga Meditation, everybody, by Gregor Mall. And in law number 3, page 55, if you can't afford this right now, you can find it on the internet. That's all I'm going to say about that, is the following sankalpas. So sankalpas in Sanskrit equate to creative thought. That's a translation of it. And Gregor Mall recommends using sankalpas to elevate our thinking. And sankalpas are another word for affirmations. And we have all heard of the Tony Robbins, the Brian Tracy, the, Eric Thomas affirmations, the motivational speaker affirmations. We've probably done them before. But how do your affirmations sound like this on your wall right now? I deeply accept and love myself, and from that love, I share with others. I communicate and act only from the divine love in my heart. I contribute to the lives of others from an infinite reservoir of love and creativity within me. I give unconditional love to all. I am pure-hearted and selfless. I mean, honestly, do you think that the yoga community that is manifesting those principles with what we have right now? What tangible, other than helping some people feel a little bit more loose and loosen up some hips and break some really low level, first chakra societal repression. What has yoga done until this point for the mass of society? Nothing, because yoga was meant for the monks and for the upper castes. Yoga and the system is broken. And focusing on, I'm going to post on the YouTube channel, the Sankalpas, and on the Instagram comments. I'm going to post a few of them. And what I'm calling for today is to stop focusing so much on yourself and your own enlightenment. Because if you focus on the enlightenment of society, your enlightenment's going to come easy. It's so easy when you're focusing on something larger. You're not even going to notice your own enlightenment. You're not even going to notice that you have broken down hierarchy across your whole life and it doesn't exist anymore. You're going to realize, why the fuck am I voting for Joe Biden or Donald Trump? Government doesn't exist. Money doesn't exist. Time doesn't exist. Gender doesn't exist. All these things are going to come to you if you continue on this path. And it's going to be a lot easier to get to that point, and you're going to be a lot more solid within your heart and helped a lot more people and made a lot larger impact if you stop focusing so much on getting to Bali and getting out of your crappy job. Instead of focusing on that, start thinking larger, and the universe, the divine, will start to put that in place for you. And a lot of us have had problems with using the word divine or God, because that comes back to the repression, societal repression, Christian repression. If you have a problem with the word God or divine and using that as one of your main affirmations, you're a victim of that Christian or religious dialect. So everybody, this is Ian Kadanak here, delivering a Yoga Motivation Monday for you guys. Peace.